recently I have been learning a lot about different plants, and in wanting to share this information with other people, we will be using string manipulation. So first, with this information, we have the name of the plant as well as the height. So that would be our two variables we'll be using. So let's do plant name and then the height in inches. I say in inches so when we're looking back on our code, we're not as confused as what the random numbers mean. So our first plant is the hedgehog cacti. So we'll do hedgehog cacti. And then that height is 9.8 inches. So the first way we'll be manipulating strings is by using concatenation, which basically separates the variable parts of the string to the string bits. What does that look like? Well, we'll have a print statement, and we'll start off with just the string bits. So we'll say, my plant is, and then the spaces matter because when you print either variable, it prints exactly where it is. So if we don't have the space, the name will be really close to it, but if we do have a space, the name will be printed away from it. So anyway, we have the first string bit, which is my name is, and then we'll have some room for the variable, and then we'll have and it blank room for the variable, tall in inches. And then we'll have an inline, so when we print the other two. So now we want to go back and put the variables. So for the first one, we need the plant name. So the first variable we will put is plant name. And then our second variable we need is the height. So we will be putting right here the height. So when we print out the statements, we will have them exactly where they should be. Beautiful. My plant is the hedgehog cacti, and it's 9.8 inches and 9.8 tall in inches. Sure. And then we also have F strings, which is formatted strings, and we have two ways to do it. We have manual F strings as well as modern F strings. So we'll start with the manual one first. So what we'll do is we'll do another plant name, or the same variables, plant name, and then we'll do the sneeze wart, and we'll also have the height inches, and then this one is 12, so we'll do 12. So for a manual F string, we will be doing, instead of the commas, we'll do curly brackets. What does that look like? So we'll have a print statement, and then we'll do like the stringy bits. So we'll say this plant is curly bracket, that will be the name, and in inches it is blank tall, and then the inline. So how to make this an F string manually is we will do dot format, and since our first variable that we want to print, aka the plant is plant name, we will be putting that as our first variable, plant name. And then the second variable we want to spit out is the height, so that will be our second variable. If you had more variables, then the next one you want to print out would be the third, fourth, and continuing on. So now, when we are to run this, we'll have our two strings. We'll have the one we did before, and then this plant is the snotwort, and in inches it is 12 tall. Okay? And then the last way is a modern F string, which is very similar to the manual F strings, but slightly different. Let's see. So we'll have the same variables. Oops. And then we'll do the bunny succulent. And then we'll have the height, inches, and then we'll do 6. So for this one, we will be doing basically the same thing. We'll have the last plant is, and then you have your curly braces, but instead of doing the formatting at the end, we put the variable right then and there. So we'll do plant name, and and then we'll do the rest of the sentence. So the last plant is plant name, and it will do the height inches tall. So the thing about this kind of F string, which is other than not doing the formatting at the end that's different, is at the beginning of the print statement you have to put an F so that it knows that it is an F string. Without the F, you would literally just print the curly braces plant name in between and the curly braces height in inches instead of the actual values. So we have the F, and now when we run it, we will be doing the last sentence, which is the last plant is bunny succulent and it's 6 inches tall. Thank you.